Mr. Jordan, when you appeared before the Rules Committee earlier this year in January, I asked you to say 5 simple words. The election was not stolen. And you were unwilling to say them then. Can you say those 5 words?
I've never said it was stolen, Mr. Chairman. I'll give you the same answer. Never said it was. I said we should investigate it. I said on January 6th, when the electoral votes were counted, that Joe Biden is president of the United States. And if you got a problem with that, I don't understand it. The real question is why don't you guys want to investigate what happened?
You said a lot of words just now, but unfortunately, you're still unwilling to say those 5 simple words. And I think that's incredibly important. Pushing debunk conspiracy theories and
I'm not pushing
and
any
adding
conspiracy
fuel
theories.
to the fire when it comes to
Your
misinformation out
obsession
there.
with 5 words seems pretty ridiculous to me.
Yeah, and when the way this works better, I mean, I'll let you speak, and then you can let me speak, and that's the way we work it here. But, we saw on January 6th how misinformation could lead some people to violence and ultimately endanger our democracy. Mr. Jordan, on July 27th, you were asked by Bret Baier on Fox News if you talked to the former president on January 6th. And you didn't give a clear answer. You said, and I quote, "I've talked to the president so many, I can't remember all the days I've talked to him, but I've certainly talked to the president," end quote. The next day, on July 28th, you confirmed to Spectrum News that you spoke with the former president on January 6th. When asked by a Spectrum News reporter, Taylor Popolars, whether you spoke to the president before, during, or after the Capitol was attacked, you said, and I quote, "I spoke with him that day, after, I think after. I don't know if I spoke with him in the morning or not. I just don't know. I have to get back to you. I don't know when those conversations happened," end quote.
Yep.
So my question is, you've had 84 days since that interview to go back and check the records. So when did you speak with the former president on January 6th? Did you talk to the former president before, during, or after the attack on the Capitol?
Of course I've talked to the president.
All 3?
Of course I've talked to the president. I've been clear about that. I talk to him all the time. This is not about me, Mr. Chairman. I know you want to make it about me. You want to make it about individuals, other individuals. But this is about the lack of a proper security presence that day. That's what this committee, if this committee is going to do something that's worthwhile, that's what they should be investigating. Of course I talked to the president. I talked to him that day. I've been clear about that. I don't recall the number of times. But it's not about me. I know you want to make it about that, but this is about the, how about this? Why wasn't the National Guard here that day, Mr. Chairman?
If I can reclaim my time, I just want...
Have you asked that question? Have you asked the speaker, why wasn't the National Guard here?
No, my question to you, I'm asking the question to you.
And I gave you the answer.
Did you talk to the president, former president, before, during, or after the attack on the Capitol? Or was it all 3? The reason why I ask is, you had 84 days since you said you couldn't remember, and you would check. So if you could just clarify the record, was it before, during, or after the attack on the Capitol?
I talked to the president after the attack.
So not before or during?
Right.
Okay, and
I've been clear about that.
Well,
But here, let me ask you a question. You brought up January 6th.
All right. But my understanding is that you said to a reporter from Politico that you spoke to him during. So it was now after the attack, or you?
During. No, I did not speak to the president during the attack.
So you admitted to speaking to the former president on January 6th, the same day you voted to overturn the election. Facts be damned. And although you've routinely suggested that you're just another member of Congress, speaking with the president, your name comes up again and again in regards to efforts to overturn the election. There is even reporting that back on December 27th, then President Trump spoke with then acting Attorney General Jeffrey Rosen and others to discuss how to reverse Biden's win. An official who was on that call, Richard Donahue, notes you, Mr. Jordan, as a lawmaker who was referenced. This is the same meeting where President Trump told the Justice Department, according to handwritten notes by Mr. Donahue, and I quote, "Just say that the election was corrupt and, quote, leave the rest to me and our congressman." Did you discuss with President Trump a coordinated effort to overturn the results of the election?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea what that is. Of course not. But you brought up January 6th, Mr. Chairman?
What?
You brought up January 6th, and you said we tried to overturn the results of the election by simply objecting?
No, I just know he said by objecting.
Here's what I know.
let me say, I don't know.
Okay, well, I hope I get a chance to
Yeah,
respond at some point.
I just don't know of another member of Congress who is deeply enmeshed in all of this as you are, and apparently you're unwilling to give some of the more specific answers to this committee today. I guess, are you willing to tell the Select Committee what you know about events leading up to, during,
I've been
and
clear all
after
along.
that
I've
day?
got nothing to hide. I've been straightforward all along.
And just so you know, I mean, I'm looking here, this is a Politico story here. It quotes you, it says, "Look, I definitely spoke to the president that day. I don't recall. I know it was more than once. I just don't recall the times." This is to Olivia Beavers. And you later said that, "I'm sure that one of the Trump-involved calls took place in the safe room because we were in that room forever." I mean, that's what you...
Yeah, after the thing, that's what I said. But what
Yeah,
does this have to
it
do
was in
with,
the
what does
safe
this
room
have to
during
do
the
with Steve
attack.
Bannon? What does this have to do with Steve Bannon's
No,
contempt?
I'm just, you...
I thought that's
came
why we
before
were
the-
here.
Yeah, well, in your opening, you didn't mention Steve Bannon, Mr. Gates did.
No,
You
I
didn't
mentioned,
men-
I
you
guess I
didn't
did mention
Steve Bannon
Bannon's
at all.
name. I
You-
mentioned it very
you
first.
talked about inflation.
No, I
and
did.
immigration and
No, I
the
did,
other
and I
thing.
said there are 4 batches of subpoena. The first batch, Bannon, Meadows, Patel, Scavino, first name I mentioned.
Yeah.
You got to go back. I'm sure the reporter can bring up the record.
Yeah, I think what I come away listening to your opening statement is that you're more outraged by people asking questions.
Not at all.
Than police being beaten
I'm more
here.
outraged by the
Than
attack on
police-
people's
than
First Amendment
police being
liberties.
beaten here on January 6th, and the lives of the people who work for all of us being at risk.